Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our meeting today. We welcome you all here with us. It's good to see your bright, smiling faces on this Tuesday morning, this beautiful summer morning. Today is Tuesday, the 9th day of June of 2015. We will begin with an invocation, which I will offer, a Pledge of Allegiance by Mr. Leonard Call, Director of IT, and our Thought of the Day by Commissioner Bell. Our Father in heaven, we are grateful for the opportunity that we have to be here gathered today in this capacity, representing the good folks in Weber County. We are grateful for all of those who give of their time and efforts and talents in making this county a wonderful place to live. We thank Thee for our individual opportunities to serve and pray that we might be guided in the decisions that we make, that we might have comfort as we make those difficult decisions, and that we might have a feeling of accomplishment as we do so as well. We are grateful for each and every one of our wonderful employees and each and every resident that lives in this beautiful community for the contribution that they make to this place that we live and love. We ask for Thy continued guidance as we go forward, and do so in the name of our Savior, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. The thought today is boiling water. The same boiling water that softens potatoes, hardens eggs. It's all about what you are made of, not your circumstances.
I like it. Okay, and with that, let me take the opportunity to excuse Commissioner Ebert, who is not able to be with us today. So we'll move to our next item on the agenda, which is the presentation of the Seal of Service Award, which today will be offered or presented to Javis Darkus, and one of our awesome employees in the IT department. So we'll bring up Mr. Leonard Call, the director, to present this the Seal of Service Award. Leonard, welcome.
Thank you. It's an honor to be able to do this. It probably would have been more appropriate to have whoever wrote this, read it, but I'm not sure if this was
We're going to let them chime in if they would like here in a minute.
So I'm going to say, I don't know if it was a joint effort amongst your administrative assistants or a single one of them nominated
And he could
him.
stand by you while you read that.
Yeah, come on down, Javis. He's the figure that's always behind the scenes over there, kind of making sure that all our streaming video is always working. And so, all right, I'm going to read what they had to say about you, and I agree with every word of it. So, since the day Javis Darkus joined Weber County, which was about 2 years ago, there has been many transformations in the commission office requiring almost daily assistance. Each time he comes over to aid us with our predicament, he has a smile on his face, ready and willing to go the extra mile. Not only is Javis helpful, but his response time is unheard of. It has never been more than 1 minute from the time we hang up the phone and Javis is standing at our desk, ready for the task at hand. We continue to offer Javis his own desk and office space in the commission office because he is constantly requiring his technical expertise, even if when it is as easy as pushing one button. That's quite often, actually. Somehow Javis saves the day every time. When we present Javis with a ridiculous dilemma, and trust me, he handles the situation with the utmost respect. For example, the time just recently when we are trying to convince Javis that an iPad is phantomly deleting entire days from an Outlook calendar. He just smiles and attempts to figure out the problem, leaving out any possibility of operator error. Javis has been a crucial asset in setting up the new technology in the commission office, conference rooms and chambers, allowing other agencies to utilize the technology available for presentations and help us with our goal of transparency through live streaming commission meetings. We appreciate all of the many hours Javis has assisted everyone from the commission office and feels there is no person more deserving of the Seal of Service Award. And that was great words, and I appreciate it. And like I said, I agree with every word they said there. Javis has been a wonderful asset. It was a great find, great that we was able to snag him from where we snagged him from and get him here. And he, when we first hired him, I explained to him we're all about customer service. That's what our department strives to do. It's a little different in county government. Most of you serve the public, and we serve you, the other departments. And Javis understands that and has really latched hold of that, and I think really exemplifies that. As does his coworkers. You know, they do a great job of making me look good. I understand that, and they're fantastic at that ability. And like I say, Javis really exemplifies that, and I'm sure they want to chime in.
Shelley and Paige?
I'll just say that I found out yesterday that we would be fighting for where to put his new office because planning and engineering said they had one ready for him as well, so.
And to answer your question, that was a joint effort to write that. I did write most of it, but it was while the entire office, commissioners included, were all sitting there chiming in on how to limit it to just one page. I mean, because Javis, you do wonders. We do appreciate it very much.
That's one of the things that I think is neat about these opportunities is every employee that we have plays a vital role, and sometimes a lot of them are not seen. You know, I think IT is one of those that is kind of a lot of times behind the scenes. I mean, things just work, and information is safe, and they just work. And so it's not someone who generally is on the front page, but clearly on the front lines. And this is just one example of, I think, a tremendous department that I am just tremendously grateful for. I'm thankful for each and every one of you and the job that you do. Javis, you know, to speak about him specifically, again, there's no question. It's great to see someone with just a wonderful attitude all the time. And there's no question. I know in the back of his mind he was questioning operator ability when those things were disappearing, but because I know who he was working with when they were phantomly disappearing. But it was happening, and so he just continued to try and figure it out. He never said it out loud. It was one of those things you've taught him well, Leonard, to think it and not say it.
Yeah, I told him that's my job.
Anyway, Javis, we appreciate your efforts on our behalf, and I think the thing that I've noticed is, as Shelley just mentioned about planning, is that, you know, I think our staff wrote that this time, but I think with all of the folks from IT, but today specifically for you, everybody recognizes at their own time of need when you do an excellent job, and so we're very, very grateful, and congratulations.
All right, thank you.
Commissioner Bell, anything you want to add?
It's just, we're great to have him. We come in, I know, on a daily basis between one of the three commissioners, we're dumping something on the gal's desk saying, hey, this isn't working, and next thing you know, he's over there fixing it. And we know it's operator error every time, but we know he doesn't say it's operator error, and we appreciate that. No, we appreciate IT and what he does, and just thank you.
So today, with that, we have to present to Javis a nice plaque for him to hang on his wall and display, as well as a beautiful pin, and probably of most importance, the nice new $100 bill. So, Javis, congratulations. Let's give him a hand. Well, the whole department left, but I hope Javis doesn't, because we'll need him before the meeting's over. Right here. All right. We'll move on then with our consent items. Item number 1, request for approval of purchase orders in the amount of $304,627.
For $305,000. The largest was for $75,000. That's about 25% of it, and that went to Parks and Rec for the architectural services for the shooting range contract that was approved last week. $56,000 or 18% went to roads for asphalt truck rental and supplies. $40,000 or 13% went to the fair for sound, lights, tents, and shirts. $29,000 or 10% went to the landfill for colorant and replacement parts. As far as checks, we wrote out 178 checks this week for $483,000. $101,000 of that, or 21%, went to Public Works, and that was for the 12th Street project, the 3500 West project, and culverts. $68,000 or 14% goes to for library costs, mostly books and services, and $58,000 or 12% went to the jail for utilities and supplies, and then $36,000 or 8% goes to the transfer station for repairs and temporary labor. So,
Excellent. Any questions then on the consent items?
I'll make a motion to accept the consent items as read.
Okay, and I'll second that motion. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? It passes. Thank you, Ricky, for that detail. We'll move to our action items, and by way of information, we are going to hold item number 2, which is the request for approval appointing members to the Ogden Valley Planning Commission. We had a whole stack of applicants, and we love to see that, but we want to make sure we do a good job of going through that. We have interviewed several and have some more that we'd like to interview, so we're going to hold that until next week. So, to our only action item of the day then, item number 1 is a request for approval of interlocal agreements by and between Weber County and the following entities to provide election services for the 2015 municipal elections. And so Ryan, our new elections director, Ryan Calley, if you'll come on up. This is your first presentation before the commission, isn't it? It is, yes. Congratulations. We're glad to have you here and have you present these 2 contracts with these 2 cities.
All right, I'm excited to be here.
Good to see you.
Basically, these are standard contracts, the interlocal agreements, as has already been approved for 13 other cities here in the county, and it's just basically getting Ogden City and Huntsville in line with those other ones. So,
You look good. I looked through them. I think this is a good thing, good service you provide. And so, was there a contract number?
190 and
I'll make a
191.
motion. 191. I'll make a motion that we accept contract number 190 for Ogden City, number 191 for Huntsville City for an interlocal agreement between Weber County and for municipal elections.
Okay, I'll second that motion. Is there discussion? Questions for Sean?
For Sean?
Sorry, I called him Sean, didn't I? Ryan?
that's all right.
Okay, any other questions? Okay.
Well, let's not make it this easy on him. I mean, he's only been here 15 seconds up there. Let's see how he does under pressure.
All right, fire away.
Well,
Am I a potato or an egg? That's the question.
I hate
Good point.
I hate to tell you, hate to say this, Commissioner, but I'll tell you, he's already outdone us because in his first month, he's already got a positive article out of the Standard Examiner, something we
Wow.
have not been able to do for years. So I think he's already handled it well.
Sounds good.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Passes unanimously. Thank you. Okay.
So easy next time.
Item H is the assignment of the Pledge of Allegiance and Thought of the Day for Tuesday, June 16th. Oh, great. That's true, and we told him we'd put him on for the next one. So Mr. Anderson will give us or lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Thought of the Day will be Commissioner Gibson. Okay. And to our final item, public comment. Is there anyone here from the public who would like to come? If so, please come take the microphone, state your name for the record, and where you're from. Fatima always likes to hear that address. So.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
I'm Byron Krenick. I live up in Liberty, on the border of Eden and Liberty. I had a couple of concerns that I have up there. I live on North River Drive. We have they're setting up a thing here
Okay.
to show you exactly where we're at. Two concerns. I've talked to the Sheriff's Department numerous times about speed enforcement in our area. It's a 25-mile-an-hour street. People continually 50 plus miles an hour on it. I mean, we have kids that ride bicycles and grandkids and, animals. We have a lot of deer and a lot of turkeys, but more worried about the kids. Myself, I was personally almost hit up there putting out my trash can by two cars passing each other. It's a narrow road. Called numerous times, probably at least 10 times to the Sheriff's Department, and I find out that we have one enforcement, Deputy McDonald, that takes care of all of Weber County. And it's kind of hard for him by himself to be in this area over here, like, the far west area, and then also be up there. So we're kind of Spartan on enforcement up there. I know we had a Deputy Sorensen that was up there for a while. He's in the jail now, and he was doing a great job on our street. At one time, he had like 4 people stopped, and all of them were doing excess of 40 miles an hour. 47 was like the average, and 4 people at one time. He said he couldn't even switch his radar from stationary to mobile. So many people are going by. The other concern that we have is that, and I don't know who it was or when it was, but the DOT officer for the Highway Patrol and the Sheriff's Department said the commissioners, and it's not this group of commissioners, had proposed to use a truck route down North River Drive that we live on. And the problem with that is our road's not designed for it. I've talked to engineers and people. These trucks are running 101,000 pounds down the road. The other day I counted over 10 trucks. Pine Ridge and them guys are hauling off of Avon. And the reason why they're hauling down our road is because the state road, there's a bridge just before it gets into into Eden, into town. The bridge is rated at 31 tons, 62,000 pounds. So I know it's a state road and it has nothing to do with the county. So that's been kind of an issue to, what's going on. I've talked to all the neighbors and we all have the same concerns. I don't know if we need to put a petition together, and that's kind of why I come in to ask you. You can see up here on the overhead, the orange spot there, that's where I live. And you see the truck route, that's the 3-way stop up there in Liberty where the name Liberty's at. And the bridge is down here at the bottom by the 162.
So what do you mean by a truck route? They're going to designate that a truck route. I don't understand.
Commercial trucks, they're hauling rocks off of Avon. Pine Ridge, truck and pup and side dumps. And the Sheriff's
Can't
Department.
go on 162?
Well, see where I was right here at this point, that 31-ton bridge, if you're 101,000 pounds, you can't go over it.
Gotcha. I see.
So this is what I was told by the Highway Patrol,
Okay.
the DOT officer, that this was designated by the commissioners. And I don't know when that was or if it was actual. I don't know that as a fact.
It wouldn't matter if we designate it or not. If they've got more than 31 tons, they can't go across that bridge, so they'd have to go the other way anyway.
Right. But as a commercial road, it's not a commercial road. It's not designed for it. And all they're doing is tearing it up. They go around the corners and, it's tearing up the road, and it's going to be an added cost on the Weber County, for that expense. The other problem is right here in these areas, these little curves, they come around the corner there. The road's only like 35, 31 feet wide. They come around the corner. I've been ran off the road twice by them. My wife's been ran off 3 times. She works at Fresenius and comes home at about 6 o'clock at night. And twofold, the trucks take up a lot of room. It's not safe. And number 2, the people speeding is the other issue. And she's been ran off the road by these people. And the Sheriff's Department says, "Oh, did you get their license number?" As you're running off into the ditch, it's pretty hard to see somebody's license number. And I don't think it's appropriate if we turn around and go 70 miles an hour to catch up to them on a 25-mile-an-hour road. So those are kind of the issues. And I guess I'm kind of throwing it in your lap to give me a suggestion what what do you think we can do, or what possibly we can do, or should I pursue something, or I guess I'm asking for your help. Our neighbors, all of our neighbors, same thing.
Well, if you'll leave your name and information on that map before you leave, and then I'll look into it,
Okay,
get some things done.
And the reason being is that because this is not an item on our agenda, we are not, by law, we shouldn't discuss this item with you with
Okay.
a quorum present. And so, because this may be something that we'll have to take action on, and the public has the right to know that we're discussing a particular issue
Sure.
if we're meeting as a quorum. And so in this particular case, it would be better for you to get with one of us, and if you'll leave your number, Commissioner Bell will contact you, and then he can maybe give advice and talk back and forth about some possible
okay.
solutions.
I did come in a few weeks ago and ask if I should be put on the agenda, and the gal at the front desk up in your office has suggested I come down for open forum, and she did write I called or stopped in or whatever memo to Commissioner Bell, so.
Great. Well,
And she said she would give it to him, and,
we'll
if
make
he-
sure that you have that opportunity to have
Okay.
that conversation. So thank you so much.
Very good, I appreciate the time.
Appreciate you coming
You have
down.
a wonderful day.
You too. And you're gonna leave me the map, right?
Pardon
With
me?
you, with your name and phone number on the map, I need
I
that.
have it.
I'll take it.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Okay. Is there any other public comment today? All right. Seeing none, we're to our final item.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
And I'll second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. We're adjourned.
Hi, Eric.